Hello friends, it's Sherry from Organizing and Deals, and I'm here with a update on my pantry reorganization. So if you've been watching my pantry reorganization, I have been working on this whole pantry here. We started in the back and we went around and we did all of this side. And if this is, in case this is the first video you've seen, I want to give you an overall review here real quick. So we did all of this side, including everything on the floor. We cleaned the floor, we cleaned the walls, cleaned the shelves, and then I started on this side. So last week I showed you where I had reorganized this first row here. I have 3 rows of these kind of basket wire shelves on this side. And this was a no spend, just use what I have reorganization. So I didn't buy any new type of reorganization, containers or anything, or no new shelving. I had this since we moved into this house and bought this house 15 years ago. We put this up and it's still here. Got all these shelves at Lowe's Home Improvement, these two, when we first moved in here and put them in here. This is under the stairs, that's why the ceiling slants down here. It was like this when we moved in here, and it's still, I haven't painted or anything in here. That little dent was there. I don't know what that is, but it was there and the house was brand new when we bought the house, so I don't know what that is. Just a little blip in the drywall there, but it's fine. It's always been the same. Anyway, so this week I said I was committed. I committed to reorganizing this section here, this middle section. But while I was reorganizing these shelves, I realized I was pulling from these shelves over here to put light things together, so I ended up finishing. So I'm done. I finished everything. The floor, these baskets right here, those two right there, and all of this right here. So let me show you what I put together. So I showed you, let me go up real quick, not too fast. But I showed you last week where I already had these cans of tomatoes up here. And we have so many because we like to make soup and chili with these. So we are stocked up on those. And I put all of them, I managed to get all of them there. I had some tuna packets on the end here. I had to take them out so I'd have room for one more can that I found. So I gathered all the tomatoes from, if I had any on the floor or in this other third section here. They're all up there now. And then I went down and I found that I had lots of cans of beans. So remember on the other side, if you've been watching me reorganize from the beginning, let me turn you around here real quick. Here I have my rice and beans on these two shelves. So these are dried beans over here. Okay, and rice on these two shelves because we like beans and rice, right? We just do. I like to make them with rice and cheese and onions and sour cream and, yummy stuff like that. So anyway, when I don't have time to make the dried beans, I want to have the canned beans on hand. So that's what this shelf is and this shelf. So 2 shelves of beans. And see, there's my chili beans that I like to make chili with, and just all kinds of beans, pinto, black beans. There's some mixed beans here, beans and rice all together, butter beans, kidney beans. Somebody gave us those from their pantry, and pork and beans. My husband likes to make beanie weenies, homemade beanie weenies with those. So, and I like these seasoned pinto beans rather than just a plain old can of beans. Seasoned with pork and onions. So, very yummy. So after the 2 bean shelves there. Oh, I put the little tuna packets right here. They just fit there, so I put them there. And then, let's see, go down. And I started veggies. So I have, if you remember, I have all the green beans over here. When I did this first section, I put all my green beans here and here. Okay. Anyway, under the 2 bean shelves, I have veggies here, including the mushrooms there. We like beets, as you can see, sliced beets. Sliced beets don't have any calories. You can eat a whole can of beets by yourself and hardly have any calories. So, and they're really good for you. So, Anyway, down to the next shelf. I also like these. We like these turnip, or what are these, collard greens and turnip greens and mustard greens. Well, those are collard greens too. Yeah, we like those seasoned greens there. Sauerkraut. I had run into a sale on bratwurst lately in the last few weeks, and I've got a couple packages in my freezer. So I got some sauerkraut to go with those. So I have 4 cans. The other day I made some. I think I used 2 cans, so 2 cans per meal. And we had probably leftovers, but my husband loved it. What I made with rice, some Spanish rice, some sauerkraut, and some bratwurst. It was really good. Anyway, on down to the next shelf. Here I have my meat. So I didn't put my tuna down here, my little packets I showed you up here, just because they fit right there. But this shelf is pretty squished. So down here at the bottom of this middle section, I have all my meats. So you see tuna, chicken, cans of chicken breast, some Spam that I'm trying out here just because. And this I got for a special occasion. I got a couple of these, and I have one left. But my family likes the chipped beef and gravy over biscuits, so I have that. Okay, so let's do the floor while I'm down here. So last week I showed you I had many more cans down here, so I incorporated those up on the shelves. I used quite a few, as many cans as I could this week out of my pantry, so that I could, make some room. And so these are all the cans I have left. So I will be trying to use these, or as I use some from up here on the shelves, I will incorporate these cans onto the shelves, but that's all I have left there. So I'm going to see what I can do about that. Okay, so I cleaned I took everything out here from under these 2 shelves. I hadn't cleaned the floor under there yet. I took everything out, and the baskets, those 2 baskets right there too, and thoroughly cleaned the walls and the floor under there, the baseboard and everything. I took those 2 baskets. Those are like plastic Rubbermaid woven baskets. I've had them for a really long time, but they've held up really well, and I think they're pretty. See, I have 3 of them in here. I took them into my kitchen, emptied everything out of there, and just sprayed them down with some disinfectant, septic kind of orange clean spray that I keep in my kitchen. I let it sit. I actually read the instructions, because I heard this recently, that you should read the instructions on your cleaning products, because sometimes the instructions will say let it sit for 10 minutes or 5 minutes or whatever. And sure enough, these instructions said let it sit for at least 10 minutes. So I was very surprised, but I did that. And then I rinsed them off with some hot water and dried them off and put them back in here. But meanwhile, I kind of reorganized those cups right there. So before, when I would reorganize this basket, I put all my cups in here. And I took them out of the bags they came in and put them in Ziploc bags so they could stay clean and, dust-free or whatever. Nothing can touch them. They'll be stay clean and sterile as they came. And so all my cups are in there now, because I found those 2 stacks in these baskets. And then I found another stack of napkins, which I talked to you about in my first video, my first pantry video, when I reorganized the back part there. And I have those 2 big packages of napkins. Well, I found another stack there. They're not in anything, but I'm going to use those first. I filled up my napkin holder that is by my dining room table. And so as we use those, I'm going to come in here and use that stack that's not in plastic. And, use those up as quickly as possible so I don't have those sitting there. And then I'm just giving you a detailed description of what I did to these baskets, so that, I've heard that some people don't even know how to clean or how to organize. Maybe their parents weren't that organized or didn't really keep their house that clean. So some people don't know how to organize. So I want to go into detail so you can understand what I did and why I did it. So like I said, I have all the cups together there. The only other thing in that basket before is paper bags, and that roll of, that's new, a roll of contact paper, which is Pioneer Woman from Walmart. I splurged, and I used that in one of my cabinets, but I added that to that basket if I need it. I can come in here and grab it. So in this basket, I put all of my plastic utensils. I had all of these, but I had some in an original bag that was open. So I took them out and put them in here. And no, I put them in here. This one's open, but it's a Ziploc. So I put them in here. So that all of them are in here besides the ones that came in there. This bag has never been opened. And then there's some back there in that kind of plastic container that we've never used, of course. And so if we ever need plastic utensils, there we go. I mean, it's good to have these things and keep them if you have them for if your electricity goes out and you have something you want to eat and you don't, you can't wash your dishes maybe in your dishwasher, or maybe you don't have hot water because your electric's out. So, plastic cups, plastic utensils are good to have on hand for that reason, if not other reasons, if like when you go on a trip or something. And I have a water filter pitcher where those are my extra filters right there. So I wanted to leave those so I could see them, so I don't forget that I have them, and I know where they are. So I didn't cover those up. So that basket was done after I did that. In here are all my coffee filters. I have a couple packages. I checked my coffee filter canister that I keep on my kitchen counter, and it was full, so I just left these in here so when I need them. And this is an extra, I think this is a light bulb to something. I think this might be an appliance light bulb, I'm not sure. But I think it's something that goes in the kitchen, so I left it in here. I'll probably leave it in there. So, because there's room, look at all that room. But yeah, that's it. It's done. Let me turn around and show you the door, because I showed you the door last week. And let me go get it because it's open wide here. So let me grab it and let me bring it around so you can see it. Okay, so while I was finishing up this, I finished the door too. That's another shelf section. And I also cleaned the door inside and out. Why not? While you're cleaning your pantry, go ahead and clean whatever you're seeing, that needs, even if it doesn't need to be clean, why not wipe it down? Because see these little ledges, if your door has these ledges like mine, those little ledges get dusty. Even here gets dusty, so I wiped all those down. And the outside of the door too. So yeah, when we bought the shelves when we first moved in, I also bought this little shelf unit. It hangs on your door. See that? And so these same type of hanging baskets are not the same, but they're similar to the ones that are over on the wall. But over here I put all of my soup. So you can see I didn't realize, it's really, this has been really a great, to reorganize and get everything together, all the like things together, because I didn't realize I had so much soup. You know what I mean? So I realized I don't need to buy any soup. I need to use some of this soup and, not buying, I don't really have room for any more anyway. So yeah, I've got some ramen here. You can see we like clam chowder, and then some other odds and ends here. And then this, I have some of these water flavor packets at work already that I put in my water at work. And I have these, so I'm going to leave these here. But when I run out at work, if these are still here, I'm going to bring some of these to work. So I'll be using some of those up one way or the other. And I already had this here. This is my saran wrap. This is my foil. This is my Ziploc bags, my gallon size. Now I did have these down here on this bottom shelf, but I needed some more room for my soup. So I took it and put it up here because there was room. Why not? I did have 2 foils recently, but I used one up, so I had room for the Ziploc bags there. Over cooking with Thanksgiving and everything, I used one of the aluminum foils up, so now I've just got one, thank goodness, because I have room for the Ziploc bags. And we've always kept the smaller Ziploc you know, sandwich size right there in this little shelf. It's easy to open the door and grab one when you need one. And so I was able to finish up with my soups. And see, I even put that one on its side to fit it with all the rest of the soups. But as you can see, like I said, plenty of soups here. We like to keep chicken noodle on hand in case somebody gets sick. And just all our other favorite soups there. Potato, whatever else is there, broccoli and cheese. But yeah, that is it. So let me turn around. One last view. And so stay tuned for my next reorganization project, home reorganization on this channel, as far as things like this, pantries and things. I'm going to be, since Christmas has just finished, I'm going to be reorganizing my Christmas totes, and I have 4 or 5 or 6 to go through, because I kind of made up my mind this year that I would try to get rid of things I didn't use this year, and that includes 4 or 5 totes of things that I didn't use this year. So I already got rid of a Christmas tree that I didn't use, a green, like 6-foot fluffy Christmas tree. But I haven't got rid of anything else yet. So I have a video coming out that will show you the totes. It's just a real quick, you know, few minute or whatever video to show you the totes. And then I'm going to go through there and go through all of them, and I'll show you what I'm doing with that. So, and I think it's going to be a little difficult for me because, you know, I'm afraid I'm not going to want to get rid of things, but I need to. So I will let you know what I'm doing with that. So stay tuned for that new series of reorganizing my Christmas decorations, everything I have for Christmas, you know, trees, things you sit around, just everything. So, and also, if you're interested in reorganizing, I'm going to link my channel, my crafting channel. Well, I'll actually link my craft room reorganization playlist below, and that is on my other channel, my crafting channel. And if you'd like to watch those videos, those are fun because I just go through every inch of my craft room and I've reorganized it all. I'm still doing things every week on that also. So, yeah. Have some fun watching my going through my craft room with me, and I will see you in my next video. Thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed my pantry here. I am loving it, and I'll see you next time. Have a great day.